everybody, welcome back inside another exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today is March 4th, 2018, and we have, you're here, we're here, we're all here, right? So we have some announcements from Fujimi for May, and then some backfill for Aoshima for April. They're just restock stuff, and then another sort of confirmed date, if you will, from BMAX. And then we have a few scattered kits that are really not from this month here in March, but are the ending kits from the month of February. So the BMAX kit that is now confirmed would be the next version of the BMW M3. This time it's going to be a 1990 Sports Evolution 2. This kit, we've told you about it when it was sort of announced and put onto Hobby Easy as being sort of a March-April kit. It is now confirmed as an April release. This is going to be a 2-in-1 kit. It's going to have the FINA Motorsports FINA Oil livery, 1992 DTM livery, and also it's going to have a Jägermeister 1992 DTM livery included as well. It also looks like it is going to have a second set of wheels included, which don't really go to either of these two liveries, but there are liveries available in the wider decal marketplace, if you will, that do use those, I think they're Oz Racing wheels. And then I believe there's also a modified rear spoiler included with this kit that is new tooling as well, that sort of takes that last little step into it being a Sports Evolution 2. The 1991 DTM kit is a Sports Evolution, but there was one final sort of tweak of the car, if you will, in 1992 before for 92 and early 1993 before the two-door touring car thing sort of went away, and BMW went into the 318 platform for their touring cars, as touring became a sedan-based touring class rather than it being a coupe-based like it was in the late 80s and early 1990s. So, like I said, that's confirmed for April. Also in April, and like I said, these are just restock kits. They're just things that are being reissued to resupply vendors. They are the 1979 24 Hours of Daytona Mazda RX-7 race car, the 1972 Toyota Celica 1600 GT, the 1989 Mazda RX-7, and that is the newer release version that includes left-hand and right-hand drive. The 1992 JZX90 Mark II Grande Tour 5. If I'm remembering correctly, and tapping into my innate Toyota sedan knowledge, that is one of those kits that comes with two bodies, because the Tour 5 is a sedan and the Mark II is a pillarless hardtop, so there's no real B-pillar, and so there are, that was one of those things where, the glass makes the B-pillar type of deal. And so those are separate bodies within the Aoshima tooling universe. Can you tell when I was at home I watched a bunch of Marvel comic movies? Be that as it may, these one chassis, one interior, you have to pick a body, and you get a free body as a paint mule or testing mule or whatever out of that. A reissue of the 1995 Y33 generation Cedric and Gloria. That is one of those that comes with one body, because the tooling differences between the two are very minor. It's a grill and some taillights and things like that. The 1999 Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R, the two Rocket Bunny based Toyota 86 kits, the Volk Racing kit and the Enki Racing kit. So that's the cars with the over fenders and the wings and all that. So it's both of them, the black one and the red one. The 1994 Toyota Hilux double cab lift up. So that is the double cab kit with the sort of monster truck suspension, if you will, very jacked up suspension rather. There is a double cab that is just a Hilux, very factory stock version. This is the more off-roady monster trucky version. Reissue of the 1999 Nissan Silvia Top Secret, the 1995 Toyota Hilux Custom, and that is going to be the lowrider type kit. The reissue of the Lamborghini Countach LP400 and its companion photo etch set. So that's the original Countach from the late 1970s with no wing and no fender flares and all that. Reissue of the Lamborghini Countach Walter Wolf version 1. The reissue of the Lamborghini Huracan, reissue of the Lamborghini Huracan Performante and its photo etch, and as well a reissue of the Pagani Huayra Pancetto Tempesta. So all of the supercars being reissued almost for the month of April. And then we have the additional May kits from Fujimi. You may recall there are a few things like the Audi Quattro and a Porsche 917K had already been announced a few weeks ago. So this is going to be the bulk of their newer stuff, since the other stuff is just reissues. I mean, this stuff is reissues as well, but it's newer based reissues, if you will. One thing that I would like to point out, just as a nice little pat on the back there, just predicting the future. Really, honestly, didn't know this. It was just a shot in the dark thing that I figured was going to happen. Remember, we showed you this. This is the Toyota FJ kit that came out. It was the third one, or, well, they all came out in the same month, but this was the last one to come out of the three. And it's black, molded in black. And there's that blue car and the beige car in the background there. And I said, there's your next colors for your Toyota FJ. Yeah, all right, well, there's your next colors for the Toyota FJ, because coming out in May will be the Toyota FJ in smoky blue and the Toyota FJ coming out in beige. So, yay. I was right. I already have a white one. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll just build it and paint it whatever I was going to paint it anyway. But, yeah, I if I hadn't already bought one, I think I might buy one of those beige ones just because it's such an odd color. And then the other thing that is being reissued in the month of May, and it is a minor retooling, I'm going to show you a picture of what the new parts are here in a second, are two versions of the Suzuki Hustler G. Now, the Hustler G is like the base model Suzuki Hustler. The ones we've gotten already, the I don't even know what colors we're at now. At this point, there's white. There was pink most recently. This is going to be released in Phoenix Red Pearl and also in Active Yellow. So what you're going to get here, as you see, is going to be some new steel wheels because, you know, base everything steely, yo. It's just a very amusing, little tooling transition here. That little thing in the middle there is some sort of instrument panel pod that I guess is different from the original one. And then you also see that you get a set of sort of rain gutter vents, if you will, for the windows. My wife wants a set of those for her car desperately. Good for her, I guess. I've never really seen the point in them, but we put them on our last car, and now she wants one for her newer car, so we'll have to get on that. But those are basically your three new part runners that you're going to get for that. Be interested to see how the rain gutters attach exactly, since it's supposed to be a snap-tight kit. Maybe it pins underneath the roof somehow. No, but be that as it may, that's going to be coming back out. And that, guys, will wrap you up the kit announcements here. So we have 6 kits that were released, basically, or 5 kits, excuse me, that were released at the end of February. Again, they are just sort of catching up and finishing off the month here. So over at Hasegawa, you got a reissue of the Honda F1 RA272E, specific to the 1965 U.S. Grand Prix. It is held at Watkins Glen. I think there might be a different nose piece to this than the other F1 272E that was released a month or two ago. This is not the winning car because that was the Mexican Grand Prix that they won in. So there has to be some difference between the two, other than like variations in the livery. But I've not bothered to look because F1. And so for people who are interested in it, that is out there. And then you have from Fujimi, their last kit from the month of February is this, the reissue of the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail, the Davidson Golf livery deluxe kit. And so this is basically just a reissue of their Longtail race car. Aoshima's is better. But this one, the livery-wise, is for the Fiat GT1 in 1998, rather than being specifically a Le Mans livery like most of the cars are. I think they finished 5th in the driver's points in this car as it was raced this way. There are decals for this GT1 livery available. I think it's through Taboo to transform one of the Aoshima kits into this. This is, by the way, if you want to build a Fujimi kit and you want to build a Fiat GT1 kit, the Fiat GT1 cars had extra brake cooling air boxes right in front of the front wheels. You can kind of see it there. It was at the, if you go backwards because it's off the screen by now, but the little pivot, the little arrow point of orange on the front fender, or the front below the headlight there, sort of leads into the air scoop. Fujimi did several of these longtail kits. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and this one is the only one, as far as I know, that has the parts to put that extra airbox in there in order to be able to do what is legitimately a Fiat GT1 class car rather than it being Le Mans, because Fiat GT ran on smaller tracks on shorter races. It needed more brake cooling. And the deluxe thing about this, obviously, is the fact that it has photo etch in it. So, it's an old kit being reissued with photo etch. I don't believe it actually came with photo etch at any point when it was originally released. So, just a little extra add-on. It's just the photo etch out of the other one that was released a month or two ago. And then there are 3 kits from Aoshima. One just straight restock reissue is this, the GX41 Toyota Grande from the Grand Champion series, the original 16 kits. So this has all of the bazooka styling, if you will, all the low ground effects, all the big spoilers, the grab handles for the inside, and all that sort of thing. So that's just a reissue back out. In the Toon Model Car line for February, you got this kit here. This is the reissue of the Nissan R32 GTR Velside. So these pieces and parts are all plastic injected. It's not, some of the Velside kits from Fujimi were resin in some of them, but this is all injected molded. It does come with the engine insert, which for a lot of these R32s is like, but then I have to cut the hood off, and the hood is molded into the body. Well, in order to use the Velside kit in this, you have to cut the hood off anyway, because that Velside hood is not molded into the kit. It is just an add-on hood that they did later, so you're going to have to cut the hood out anyway. So at that point, might as well actually build the engine insert and put the engine in it. I don't believe the engine is actually tuned in any way, but I don't know that the Velside kit car itself was tuned in any way. I think it was a lot of, spoilers and canards and air intakes and ground effects, but be that as it may, that kit is back out. Been a little while since that kit's seen the light of day. And then the other reissue is this, the Toyota Harrier G, which of course is, everybody who's in the United States or North America looks at it and goes, whoa, that's a Lexus, isn't it? Yeah, basically, yeah, it was sold as a Lexus here. This kit is a snap-tight kit. It's very simple. It's about 55, 60 pieces. I believe it's Dialex now. The guy, for a quick history lesson of Ukraine resin production, the guy who does Dialex Productions now used to do the design and casting for Misha over at USCP. They split up, and I believe that the Lexus conversion for this car, and I say conversion with air quotes because there are no left-hand drive wipers done. It's just left-hand driving the interior, so it's a new dashboard and new door cards and things like that to convert the car to left-hand drive. There are Lexus like metal foil stickers, and I believe like chrome decals available from China. Go on eBay and just look up a 1/24 scale Lexus decals, and they'll pop up. So there are ways to sort of kind of, wipers aside, convert this into a Lexus. It looks like there was the ability for Aoshima to reissue this, do this as a Lexus. Like there is, looks like there's a spare place where a different grill with the Lexus logo could have gone. And like the way that the trees are laid out, it looks like they could have done a left-hand drive dashboard and stuff. They never did, as far as I know. But it is what it is. So if you want to take the time to turn it into a Lexus, it's certainly a possibility. It's not nearly as hard now with the resin conversion being out there and the decals floating around in space than it would have been when this kit came out back in the mid 2000s. So interesting to see that come back anyway. But hey, it sort of brings it back out of the past. I think the last time that kit was available mainline was about 2011 or so. It sort of hung around a little bit after that because it's not a terribly popular kit anyway, but it's been a while, and obviously they're just throwing it into the new boxing series that they're doing with the model car and all of that. So anyway, guys, that wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you guys on the other side.